Here, all right. Good evening. It's Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. It's 7:04 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting of the City Council of the City of Binghamton, brought together as a committee of the whole, to conduct budget hearing number 7. Welcome back, everybody. And can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Okay. Would you please call the roll, clerk?
Councilmember Porter,
Present.
Councilmember Middleton.
Aye.
Council
Here,
President
present, sorry.
Matavetsky. You're good.
Present.
Councilmember Dundon,
Present.
Councilmember Costi,
Present.
Councilmember Hotchkiss,
Present.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
Present. Okay, so we did a little more moving and shaking over the course of the budget process than I think some city councils have done in quite a while. So we have a little extra housekeeping to do to make everything tight before we have our the rest of our public hearing and our final vote. I have a method in mind to do that. I would suggest my view on this is that we had 6 hearings. We went through page by page. We did it with all of the attendant department heads and city administration folks here. We had lengthy discussions, and we kind of concluded that after a lot of discussion and deliberation. So what we need to do is, after all of the moving of funds and such, we accidentally closed the contingency page, which is where the funds we moved and didn't reallocate ended up. It's page 53. To put the funds that we moved around, they have no place to land right now. They need to land back in that contingency line. We accidentally closed the line, that page, too early. My suggestion would be to reopen that page 53, correct it with the correct amount of money that needs to end up in there. I have the total verified by the comptroller's office, and then close it and be done. And then we also have pages that we don't do anything with, we didn't touch, but just like the line, the general fund lines, and the assessment pages and stuff, and the pilot page that we also need to close. There are pages that we don't do anything with, but we didn't technically close them. So I'd like to run through that list and close them. That is my suggestion. I feel like that's how we close the process as we thought we had done at our last budget meeting. But I will open the floor to motions.
Motion to open page 53.
Second.
I'm sorry, it has to be reconsidered. Sorry, Councilman Costi.
Motion to reconsider page 53.
Second.
Motion to reconsider page 53, which is contingency. Motion by Councilman Costi, seconded by Council President Matavetsky. We need 5 votes to reconsider the page. Would the clerk call the, I'm sorry, is there any discussion on the motion? No discussion. Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilmember Porter.
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
Okay, now that the page is reopened, I will make the motion to adjust line A1990.55000 to let's see. Well, it's I would like to increase the line by $86,550 which should total $112,050. Does anyone want to double check my math there? Right, increase line A 1990-55000 contingency account by $86,550 for a total of $112,050.
Second.
Motion by me, seconded by Councilman Costi. Discussion on the motion.
I think I'm just a little bit lost. My understanding, which could be wrong, is that since the page 53 was closed, that no money could be moved into it or out of it, so that the motions that happened after that are invalid. Is that accurate?
So my understanding and when we had this discussion with the comptroller's office and the legal department is that basically the motions to move the money out of whatever lines we move money out of or into lines were all properly made, seconded, discussed, and voted on. But what we're ending up with is just this money, this $86,000 in the ether right now that doesn't have a place to land. So the changes we made are legitimate. We just didn't give them, we didn't do a proper landing. So if you look back at previous year's budgets, the last page that was voted on, the last page of council effects that was voted on before the fee schedules and stuff was the contingency page. And they would come up with this final number, just like I did, and they would vote on that. And that reflected all of the changes that had been made during the budgeting process. So that at the end, they would open the contingency page, come up with this number, and close it. We just closed it early. Okay.
So is this the only motion that has to happen in your mind?
In my mind, this is the only motion that has to be dealt with to fix in place all of the changes we made to the budget. The only motion I propose to make is the one to close the other assorted pages that are things we don't actually affect, the pilot schedule or the pilot list of pilot properties, the general fund or the general fund lines and stuff, the revenue lines that we discussed, but we don't actually change them. So that's the motion. You can, of course, motion to reconsider other pages, and we would have to do this again to come up with that final number.
There's a motion on the floor, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Call the question.
Councilman Costi has moved to call the question.
the question's been called.
Okay, will the clerk call the roll?
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton.
Nay.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Nay.
Councilmember Costi,
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
Aye.
It's 5-2. Thank you.
Okay, I will make this motion because I have the list in front of me. If anyone wants to look through them as I read them, you can see that they're the pages I described them. I'd like to motion to close page 1, page 2, pages 7 through 15, pages 211 to 212, pages 217 to 222. Want me to repeat them? Yep. I'd like to motion to close pages 1, 2, 7 through 15, 211 through 212, and 217 through 222.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by me, seconded by Councilman Dundon. Any discussion on the motion?
Give me a minute to actually look at
Okay,
the pages.
sure. I will give everyone a moment to flip through any pages they want.
Can you say those pages one more time?
Pages 1, 2, 7 through 15, 211 and 212, and 217 through 222.
Public question.
Not ready. I'm not ready yet. I'm just, can we,
A vote on calling the question and we can give her a couple more minutes. Is that all right? Yep, right. All right, no more discussion. Any discussion?
I
no.
would say the pages look
Okay.
as described.
All right, thank you. So, would the clerk call the roll on the motion to close pages 1, 2, 7 through 15, 211, 212, 217 to 222?
Councilmember Porter,
Well, I'm gonna say nay.
He said nay.
nay? Okay. Councilmember Middleton,
Nay.
Council President Matavetsky,
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi,
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 4-2. 4-3.
5-2. 5-2.
5-2.
5-2.
Apologize, I was doing my little counting.
Any other motions on the floor?
Make a motion to open, to reconsider pages 29, 213, and 225.
I'll second.
29, 213, and 225.
Yep.
Okay, motion on the floor to reconsider pages 29, which is legal, 213, which is risk, and 225, which is capital improvements by Councilman Hotchkiss. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Councilman Middleton. Any discussion on the motion? I think I made it clear how I feel, but anyone else want to discuss? All right.
I would just say whatever someone considers reopening, I'm always enlightened for a discussion so I can learn some more, or maybe a different perspective. So I'm open for a discussion.
Okay. We'll. All right, Councilman, I don't know what you missed. Councilman Hotchkiss moved to reopen pages 29, which is legal, 213, which is risk, and 225, which is capital improvements, seconded by Councilman Middleton, and we're about to vote on reopening those pages. Will the clerk call the roll?
Councilmember Porter.
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Nay.
Councilmember Dundon.
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
No.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
Nay,
It's 4-3.
the motion fails. Any other motions on the floor? All right, I will make the motion. I motion to close page 53 as amended.
Second.
Motion by myself, seconded by Councilman Costi. Any discussion on the motion? No discussion on the motion. Will the clerk call the roll?
Councilmember Porter. Councilmember Middleton.
Nay.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Nay.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Nay.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 4-3.
Any other motions on the floor? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Motion to adjourn by Councilman Dundon. Is there a second? Seconded by. I didn't hear. Councilman Costi. All in favor?
Nay.
Aye.
Oh,
Nay.
multiple nays. All right, let's do it let's do a roll call.
Councilmember Porter.
Nay.
Councilmember Middleton.
Nay.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Nay.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Nay.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
Aye. Okay, we're still in session.
3-4.
Make a motion to reconsider page 225.
I'll second.
Motion to reconsider page 225 by Councilman Hotchkiss, seconded by Councilman Middleton. Is there any discussion on the motion to reopen 225?
So seeing that it might not be reopened, I again think that the way that we're approaching this project, specifically the demolitions for the Kmart Plaza, I don't think that this is the correct course of action. And I've been looking up different plaza and strip mall redevelopment projects. Everyone that I have looked up that I've been looking up successful redevelopment projects that have effectively revitalized strip malls, they all incorporate existing structures. There are demolitions. but none of them that I have found so far go from existing structures straight to a vacant lot. So I think this is, if we're trying to model this after other programs or other successful redevelopments, I don't think it makes sense to spend all the money to demolish all the buildings, and some of the existing structures can be repurposed for less money and it'll cost the developer less, it'll cost the city less. I think that's the correct course of action, and I think there should be whichever developer responds and does an RFP should take stock of the buildings and incorporate that into a plan before we just wipe everything flat. So that's why I want to open the page. I don't think we should be budgeting for $2 million. I think that's creating affirmation that we're planning on leveling the whole plaza. I disagree with that. So that's why I wanted to open it back up.
Uh, as during the initial discussion, I reiterate that this is simply putting this in our plan to ban or bond. We will have the opportunity to review all of these items during banning and bonding season. My second favorite time of the year. And then we still have the hurdle of actually figuring out, once the price comes in from the arbitration process, what that price is, how we could even possibly fund that, whether it's too high to fund even. Anyway, I as I said during the rest of when we initially discussed this, I agree that it's maybe a little silly to go about it, putting demolition money thrown out there like that, but I also don't think it's real money yet. It's not even authorized to go through the ban or bond until we do that later. So I think this is a discussion we have later. But so I would not be in favor of reopening the page. But anyway, other discussions on the motion to reopen the page.
Nate, or Councilman Hotchkiss, I understand you've been looking these up, but how many of these have you ever seen that could be in a potential brownfield? I mean, I'm willing to bet until soil samples are done that ground is contaminated, and I'm pretty sure a lot of that structure is probably not structurally sound to refurbish. Plus, being a construction guy, I can't vote against anything that would be construction related.
I haven't dug specifically into whether it's been a Brownsfield redevelopment or not. It's just looking at different strip malls. But I don't know how you can say that they aren't structurally sound if we don't have them evaluated.
Well, the last time I was in Kmart, it had a crack this big all the way through from the front door to the back layaway.
Yeah. I didn't see that when I was in there.
I just wanted to say a few things. I got a chance to view it. I think some parts of it are okay, but yeah, yes, finding here at Chef's, it's okay. But the rest of that stuff, I understand we shouldn't be throwing 2 million to it, but it's an eyesore. It looks crazy. And honestly, I don't know, the construction and, the what haves, but we need to figure out something. It is, a lot of money to throw into it, but it looks absolutely crazy over there.
Again, I reiterate, this isn't money that is spent, money we have to spend. It's not even, it's in our capital plan, but not money that is, it's not real money in the sense if we take $1 million out of this, that it could go somewhere else, because it's just money we haven't borrowed.
We don't have.
And it's aside from the condition of the physical structures and such, and whether rehab would even be feasible on what's basically a toxic landfill, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think a lot of developers would pause at doing it, and that's maybe one reason why it's been sitting and hasn't been redeveloped so far. Anyway.
Yeah.
But again, I think this is all discussion we can have in like April or something. Anyway, any other discussion on the motion to reopen a page? Seeing none, will the clerk call the roll? This is motion to reopen 225.
Councilmember Porter,
Is there a way you can pass that? Pass that or come back to me?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Is there a way that I can pass that, come back to me for a moment? Or do I have to come up with that decision right about now?
All right, fine. You come back
Councilmember
tomorrow.
Middleton,
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky,
Nay.
Councilmember Dundon,
Nay.
Councilmember Costi,
No.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
Nay.
Councilmember Dundon, Councilmember Porter, excuse me.
Hey,
Alrighty, that is 2-5.
Three,
three,
3-4,
4. I said nay.
isn't it?
I must have misheard one of you.
Oh, you want to start back over?
Would you mind if we go again so I
Yeah,
can properly
nay.
record?
Aye.
Nay, aye. Council President Matavetsky.
Nay.
Councilmember Dundon,
Nay.
Councilmember Costi,
No.
Councilmember Hotchkiss,
Aye.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
Nay.
So it's 2-5.
Oh, I thought I wanted, sorry.
I said nay.
Oh, sorry.
Motion
to
adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Councilman Costi. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Council President Matavetsky. Any discussion on the motion to adjourn?
Nay.
Will the clerk call?
I'd
the
like
roll?
to make a motion. Well, whatever.
Will the clerk call the roll, please?
What are we?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Yes.
No.
I'm gonna go right to the roll call in case anyone, anyway,
Councilmember Porter,
Nay.
Councilmember Middleton. Nay. Council President Matavetsky,
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Nay.
Councilmember Costi,
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss,
Nay.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
aye.
It's 3-4.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand Councilman Middleton. I don't know which way it's 3-4.
I said nay. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I gotta push the mic back.
Okay, we're still in session.
I wanted to return to the corp council salaries, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get those pages open. Thought there'd be an opportunity to do that,
Motion.
so.
Page 29.
This last one, just motion to reconsider pages 29 and 213.
I'll second.
Wasn't there already
Oh.
a voice vote on this?
So this is what Corporation Council just mentioned. So the previous motion was to open 29, 213 and 225. The new motion is to only open 29 and 213. So I'm willing to let that go forward and see if there's a different result.
I'll second.
I'm sorry, what? Oh. Yes, all right. Motion in by Councilman Hotchkiss, seconded by Councilman Middleton. Is there discussion on the motion to reopen 29 and 213? No discussion. Will the clerk call the roll?
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton,
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky,
Nay.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi,
No.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.
Nay.
That is 4-3.
Motion fails.
Motion to adjourn.
Like, I'll second that.
Motion to adjourn by Councilman Hotchkiss, seconded by Councilman Dundon. Do we need the roll call this time?
Well,
No.
All right. Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton,
Nay.
Council President Matavetsky,
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
aye.
Councilmember Costi,
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss,
Nay.
Finance Chair Kavanaugh.